Hello all, welcome to Beyond That. I'm Mary, this is Jennifer. I hope everyone's well today. And here we go, we're going to ask the question of the day. And we'll see what we can discuss and talk about and learn. What did you learn in the heavens about euthanasia and killing living things?
I could go way for hours on this one. When I was on the other side, in both actually all my near-death out-of-body experiences, but specifically the first one, I was shown that I did not create any living thing. Therefore, no living thing is mine. It was a very powerful awakening because before that, I was just like, everybody else. I would kill bugs, I would bug spray, I wouldn't really give regard to life, and, I ate meats and,
Right.
I wasn't in the mindset. So it was an extreme wake-up call when I was shown that every living thing, even a gnat, is a being, it's a consciousness. And it's Creator's consciousness. It's a consciousness that comes from Creator, as Creator. And it, no matter how big or how small, it has that love, that passion, that feeling, the sensory system of Creator and us.
Life.
Just as we feel and get our feelings hurt and have emotions and passion, so does every living thing, and that includes trees, water, everything. I mean, I was taken through the gamut of every living thing, and believe me, rocks are living beings because they have living beings in and on them. Everything, sand, was shown to me as being a living consciousness with a sensory system.
Sure, well, we can ground on sand.
Yes.
So,
So, when I was shown what they feel when they're killed or harmed,
yeah.
it ripped my heart out, and I was just like, you know what, I can't be part of it. And it was funny this morning, it was great, these questions always come up with the greatest times. So this morning I'm sitting on my deck, and the tree trimming guys were out there
Yeah.
with a big saw, and they were cutting them away from the power lines. And I looked out there, and I just went into prayer, and I said, all divine energy of the universe, please protect that tree from feeling that cutting the limbs off. Protect that tree. Take that spirit out of the tree temporarily, and let that tree be tended to without sensing anything. Literally went into prayer for a tree.
Yeah.
I would not have done that before my first near-death experience. I never did.
Yeah, because we don't.
No, you don't comprehend
No.
the expansion of creation as being life. We're so human trained to things.
Yeah.
Everything's a thing. It's not. Everything has a sensory system. So, I catch my little bugs, I take them outside. You actually got in the shower again this morning. I got in the shower, and a little fly, the water had hit a little fly, like a little mothy fly.
Yeah.
And, it was so light and airy that the water knocked it down, and I'm running through the bathtub trying to get him on the tissue and dry him off and put him on the, ground so he can go. Because that's the impact of love that I was shown during that first experience.
For living things.
Yeah. It's like if you give birth to a child, it's that love for your child, same kind of thing. But Creator and everything Creator made, that love is immeasurable. It's so much stronger, and it's for every single thing that came of Creator. So that's why I don't kill anything. I do have accidents. I might step on an ant, you know, I'll break my neck trying to avoid it, but, you know, I'll sweep a spider web down, but I'll take the spider out, and then I feel bad because I just destroyed his home, so I don't even do that anymore. Once you realize everything feels, everything has a sensory system.
And there's a purpose for each one that
Each
is-
one has a whole living purpose that they're
Yeah.
there for, and we don't know what that is. So our only job is to respect it. And I try to do my best doing it. I do not intentionally set out. I'll sit out here and base grade for the carpenter bees out here. And I was furious because I was just sitting there watching them just fall down and die. And it is, it's not ours, we don't own it.
Yeah.
We didn't give life to it, we didn't create it. We have no business, none whatsoever, taking it, none. So euthanasia when it comes to animals, I communicate with the animal, so, the animal will let you know what it needs or wants, or according to its sole purpose. So I ask my animals before that happens. If I cannot get a clear communication between them, I won't euthanize them, I won't do it.
Yeah.
I won't do it until they clearly let me know, this is the way I am soulfully agreed to go home, then I will, but, now, everything I do is a conscious decision in relation, in tandem with, spirit confirmation.
Yeah. I mean, when, you know, an animal gets hit by a car, a wild animal, when, you know, I think getting it out of its misery or trying to help it.
Okay, so,
Because if it's wild, how is anyone really gonna care for it when it's on the side of a road?
okay, so here, we're gonna go down the rabbit hole on this one.
Okay.
Because, again, you did not create that life.
Right.
It is not, we have no business doing anything with the life anyway. God, Creator, all that is, takes care of every living being. As if it's its child. It is its child.
But we as humans don't want it to suffer.
In my first near-death experience, and I've mentioned this before, there is no suffering because spirit, all that is, creator, angels, guides, whoever, remove your spirit from your body before trauma. Always. So, you're not there, you don't feel anything. You just see the body reacting, but the person, the being inside, does not feel the impact of pain, suffering, agony. Now the body will react like it is, and the body does that because of the memory that's in the cells and the tissues and muscles. But that being that occupied that body is not in there. They're always out of body before impact. And I know this actually 4 times now. Every time there's going to be an impact, harsh experience, trauma, spirit knows long before it's even coming, long before it's even gonna happen. Everything's already lined up, laid out, and in place. And spirit will come and take your soul out of that body, so you are free, you feel nothing. Nothing. And I'm not the only one. Most of your near-death experiencers will say the same thing. You've got people on surgery tables who say, I'm floating above my body and I'm watching them slice it all up, blood gushing everywhere. I don't feel a thing. So when we're looking at an animal, or let's say a kid gets hurt really bad, or a shooting, or anything like that, I can honestly and genuinely say from my heart, I believe that that soul, that spirit is gone. It doesn't feel anything. So in that respect, we go back to Creator, all that is, takes care of its children, takes care of everything it created. They don't need us interfering. I'll go to one more aspect. On my website, and everybody should read this, on my Substack website, there is an article called about a chipmunk. So this chipmunk dies, and I had taken him and placed him on a leaf in a rhododendron tree, just so he could have, peace to do whatever he's doing. 2 days later, I go out, and he was laying like this on the leaf when I placed him. 2 days later, I go out, and, I checked him throughout the day, and the next day, and he was still in the same position. Next day, I go out, he's upright, and his little hands were holding onto the leaf. And it hit me, oh my gosh. He wasn't dead in the way we think. Whatever that was, he came to life at some point between those day and a half.
Right.
And his position had changed, and he had literally grasped onto the leaf. And right then I knew nothing.
Yeah.
I know nothing about
You
this
wonder
miraculous.
the living tree, the leaf, when he was holding it, if it was giving him some sort of energy.
I don't know, but
or-
all I know is that
Wow.
chipmunk left me with my mouth on the floor going,
Yeah.
I know nothing. So if I know nothing, I'm not touching it. Most people would have thrown him in the trash or buried him or, but for whatever reason, I did not. I wanted him to rest peacefully on that
Right.
rhododendron. And I don't know if his soul's gone, so that's why I did it. I'm gonna leave you there, and then the spirit will come through and do whatever
Yeah.
they need. Well, that 2 days later, I was clearly shown at some point, somehow, some way, that chipmunk came alive and grasped onto those leaves. So that chipmunk, his living legacy with me was, you know nothing about life and death. Do not interfere. Do exactly what you did. Give it peace and let it go. So that's my idea on
Well-
euthanasia, and it's not me.
No.
It's what
It's a good
the
insight.
chipmunk shows
It's a
and
very
what
good
spirit
insight.
shows.
Yeah, because
Um,
we are taught differently, you
Totally,
know?
totally.
Where, oh my God, it's in such pain, or.
Oh yeah. I did it before my near-death
Yeah.
experience. I mean, I took my animals in to get euthanized. I,
Uh-huh.
buried animals. I had no regard of life, just like everybody else, until I had that near-death experience, and they showed me what it was like for living sensory beings,
Wow.
right down to a gnat.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
this morning I get in the car to go to work, and I have a wood beam over my flower bed, and I was up late for work, which I'm often late for work because I play with the nature and animals. But there was this little tiny white caterpillar walking across the little wood, and then he'd stop and he'd put his little head up and he'd slip around. And I was just mesmerized watching him, because I was like, look at him, he's this big, living in a world of giants and
Yeah.
all this humongous stuff, and he's happy as a lark, just walking that little piece of wood, sniffing the air. And when he was sniffing the air, I could tell he's sensing where am I at, where's the food, where's the tree. He's communicating with the environment.
Right.
So it was just more confirmation on, every time we get involved, we create suffering. I don't know what makes us think that we are it and the gods that are supposed to control everything on this planet, or anywhere, but we are not gods. We did not create any living thing. It is not ours to interfere or. Now, you will be, I will say this, I'm actually being corrected. You will be guided, if you can be guided spiritually and intuitively, that's different. Because what you're responding and reacting to is spiritual guidance that needs you to be involved or do something
Right.
in accordance with your soul journey. But not many people live like that. So, it's not ours. It's not ours to interfere. I had a deer with a broken jaw. He got hit by a car and had a broken jaw, and most people would have put him down. And I didn't. I fed him. I got his weight back on. I made sure I ground up all his food so he could eat. I kept the herd away from him so he could eat without them, you know, beating him up and taking him away. That deer turned into the most beautiful, gorgeous, fat deer, and was happy. And he was back in the herd. He was accepted back in the herd. So I'm going to close this out and say, treat every life as if it was your own, because it is. It is.
That's
It's
powerful.
It is your life. It is your power, your essence, but it's not yours. It's always going to be from where we came, the all that is, creator source. We are that children. Everything here is not our children. We need to keep our hands and feet where we're to what's ours, which honestly, it's nothing. There's really nothing here that's ours. For one reason and one reason only, because we will leave it behind. It's not ours.
Can't take it with you.
Nope. But you can take love.
Yeah.
And you can take all that healing and that passion and that sensory feeling and the vibration and frequency of all the love that, you know, I'm taking, trust me, I'm taking that caterpillar, I'm taking that deer, I'm taking the chipmunk, I'm taking every one of those beautiful lives, the little fly in my shower this morning, they're all going with me because they're part of me because I involved love with them. That's what goes with you on the other side. Everything that you have involved in true love. So, and that, I hope that answers your question. That was a pretty deep one, but perfect, great question to ask. Thanks for tuning in. Take care.
See ya.